Alright. Hello everyone. This is the double underscores talking to you. I've kinda sort of volunteered to do a little NBT tutorial video. Not sure if this has ever been fully done before, so I'm kinda just winging it right now. Say hello to my right knee. I've decided to go with a couple different camera angles here. Either the knee cam, which I'm going to start with, and also the crotch cam view, but the crotch cam view gives you an upside down controller versus this one gives you the right side up controller, so you can better tell what's going on in real time. You know, when you actually watch me hit the left button, I'm going to be turning left on the actual game, versus when the controller's upside down, it's a little bit more confusing. But in this direction, it's a little tough to play and hold my controller at this angle so that the webcam can see me the whole time. And my thumb kind of gets in the way, so I've decided to do both views. Anyway, for the very basics, before I actually get into any gameplay, what you want to do when you set up your whatever slide you're facing, so let's say it's a left-hand turn and you're building up a boost after it, you're going to want to hit and hold the R button and press left, and then don't make any wild swings like this on the D-pad. That's not going to be optimal. It'll work, but you'll be sliding all over the place, and a lot of the boosts that you need to build up for like off-road sort of things, the real quick ones, you're not going to have time to swing around that wildly. So the basic technique is, if you're holding left and R, you just kind of want to get onto the middle of the D-pad and slight pressure onto the right side, and just quickly move back and forth between it. I know it's going to look a little bit goofy, it sounds a little bit goofy, it really is fairly difficult to explain. I mean, especially in text, but that's why we're doing it right now. So, let's showcase a few things. The course I always go to teach people how to actually play the game is Bowser Castle 1. If you can take these 90-degree corners, you can take any corner. And if you can boost off of these 90-degree corners, you can boost just about anywhere. Alright? So again, left-facing slides initially, and then just quickly back and forth. Just get your thumb to the middle of the D-pad and slight pressure on the right for the little wiggle. And then when you counter steer, you want to counter steer, and then one frame later about get your finger off the R button. I'm going to try to over-exaggerate my R button presses for the sake of this, but again, talking through it and also playing through it, might be a little bit difficult, especially with the controller at this angle. So first corner, left facing slide, and then get that little counter steer, and then off the R button right away, and you should hear that boost. Every once in a while your cart will stick in a certain direction. There we go, there's more of a straight boost, which is where you're gonna need to be. See these quick little wiggles that I'm doing? Hopefully you can see it on the webcam. Trying my best to keep the controller at that angle, but quick little wiggles. Again, the wider ones will get you that boost, but it's not gonna be optimized. See how far wider I'm going? You really want to get that quick back and forth. Right here. And you get that boost. Alright, so that's the very basics. I'm going to go through a couple other fairly simple strats on a few other courses, and then also talk about the importance of the gas release at the end. So, Donut Plains 1, this one is nice to demonstrate because it has a couple of different styles of boost. The first off-road boost you do, you build the boost up on the bridge, and then kind of almost a straight boost, and then cut across the grass on turn 2. And then there's also the standard NBT boost, where you build up the non-NBT boost just around a hairpin corner, and then you release that over the last stretch of grass just before the finish line. So this is a pretty good one to demonstrate on, and it's also right-facing boost. So coming off this first corner, building up that boost along that bridge, and that was poor as hell, and I didn't get the boost. A little bit different when you're jumping to release the boost like that. You gotta hit that R button one more time. There we go. And that's about that. I will try to get one more along this bridge, wiggling back and forth quickly. And now one thing to note, I will note on this level, you want to release the boost as close to that wall by the bridge as possible. So when you're building it up, you can be in the middle of the bridge, but when you take your turn, you want to come take your turn and then release the boost at this angle close to this wall. Coming up here and releasing the boost up here in a flat angle, it's better than going all the way around, but it's not going to be optimized. Alright, so hopefully you could sort of see that. Choco Island 1 is one that I kind of want to show you. The Choco Islands are a bit unique because the bumps on this track, they basically think of your speed as flatlining as you go over those bumps. So if you're not at top speed, you're accelerating. If you hit one of those bumps, your acceleration is going to stop. You're going to just stay at that speed. But if you're boosting over these bumps, your boost actually gets extended by about 1/10 of a second or so. And so towards the end of the track, when you're trying to cut across that big spot, there's one bump in particular that you want to hit. And the guys that do the wall hop, I am not capable of doing that. I have practiced it and have failed many times, so I'm going to show you an old school strategy and hopefully hit that final bump that allows you to keep the top speed. But it's been a while since I time trialed, so we'll see if I can pull this off. I just did time trial at ASMKC, so I didn't hit that boost. You want to boost over those bumps, and then that's the that was the bump that you wanted to hit to release your boost. Try to get my controller back at the right angle for you guys. Now, one of the things about the bumps as you're going over, you cannot build a boost by zigzagging while going over the bumps. Oh, I just missed that one. But that bump that was just to the right of me is the one that I wanted to hit. And because I hit that last bumper right there, it killed off my boost. I hadn't built enough to actually unleash it over the long portion. And then you see me gas releasing across this. I will get to that next. There's a neat little... There's a spot on Choco Island 2 that it's easy to demonstrate how effective the gas release is. And also I can show you the basic strategy for getting over the mud lake. Hopefully I can pull it off. Alright, so of course I hit that little bit of grass or dirt. Anyway, so gas release. Demonstration number 1, no hopping into this spot, no gas release. Look how much you decelerate. All the gas release is going to do is, so what the gas release does, it lowers the rate of deceleration when you're going through this nasty stuff. So hop, gas released, You see, you can see the difference as you're going through that little hole in the wall. I'm not building up boosts here. Of how you decelerate a little bit more slowly. Of course, building up a boost and going through that is the optimal way. I suck at this. And on this one is short enough. You don't need a hop, you don't need a gas release. You probably should hop into that. There we go. So that Choco boost, you want to off the corner just before the mud. You want to start your zigzag right here. Hit this, land in between there, and continue zigzagging, and then hop and counter steer so that your boost releases through here. And then once you get onto the island, gas release so that you can make it all the way across with mostly full speed. Alright, basically the only other 3 tracks that have vastly different strategies. I guess 4 tracks. I'll attempt some long boosts. That won't be fun. So the slide boost here. We'll be able to see your standard water slide, and of course right there, slide boost. Now, I've heard from some people that it's best to release the gas while water sliding as well, but I'm really not sure if that's optimized. Maybe the longer slides. So here's standard water slide. Now, hopefully you'll notice when I water slide, I jump into the water in a slide, but I release the D-pad and the R button. That is the critical thing when you're doing the standard water slide. Must release the D-pad. And then off the first turn, that's when you start building your boost. I didn't make a single KVD corner. You start building your boost, hop into the water mid-slide, let go of the R button, let go of the directional pad, and then you'll kind of just slide through the water and the boost will release, and then you let go of the B button until you get onto the... I'll show one more time. I'll have a ghost. I hate racing against ghosts. So here, building up, building, hop in, release everything, and drive straight into the fish and drown. That wasn't supposed to happen. Alright. Regular water slide. And the biggest thing about this course is you just want to maintain your speed. Taking way too much risk there. Now, you don't really have to build a boost on that for that last corner, the KVD corner. That is only for coming out of that corner if you hop it optimally. And you really need that full speed. There we go. And then you get that boost right after you hop over and then water slide through. So then Vanilla Lake 1 is the next one I kind of want to demonstrate. It's the same concept on snow as it is on water. And coming off the first turn, gonna start building up a boost, slide through the snow, boost releases, and what's nice about that is you stick to the track a lot easier. And then final corner is your standard snow slide. You stick to the track a lot easier when instead of sliding all around like that. You know, if you build up your boost, you're not gonna slide through. So it gives you a little bit of leeway so that you can aim through the ice blocks. So Koopa Beach 2, a strategy that the good players use, kind of negates where the fish is at. So entering the big water part, they initially set up a left-facing slide and zigzag, but then once they hit the water, they switch it to a right-facing slide and then hop over the tiny deep water spot and counter steer left, and then the boost releases, and that'll, with the gas release, it'll take them through all the way to the end. For me, the old school strat, keep that left facing slide, hop into the water facing left, and you kind of get that slide boost. You have to make minor corrections on the D-pad as you go through, but the fish can really mess you up when you're doing that. So build it. I hit that little bump that normally, so the good players will jump over that and counter steer as they're jumping over that, and that's when the boost triggers. And there's my slide boost. Fish is out of the way, so it's okay. And then there are other spots that you can build boosts and release them throughout this track. Like coming off of this corner, you can build a boost here, slide through there, and then boost releases as you go through that grass for the last corner. That one I think Joe Bernier came up with. There was a pretty decent old school slide boost. You never want to say it, but the fish has cooperated pretty well so far on this run. I wish he had done that at ASMKC the other day. Alright, so hopefully you got a decent glimpse at the controller there. But the basic premise is hold that left and then just get to the middle. Get to the middle of the D-pad and slight pressure right. Don't be swinging wildly back and forth. And then the last one, I'll actually demonstrate. We'll see if I can pull this off. I'm sure I'll be able to pull off one. Demonstrate the 3 different strategies for the bridge towards the end. First one, the bumper. Hey, look at that! I haven't done that in forever. So I released the boost off the hairpin, just your natural non-NBT boost off the hairpin early. If you release it late, you're actually got too much speed. And that one I released the boost just before the arrows, and again, a jump will extend your boost for about 1/10 of a second. Maybe more, maybe less, I really don't know. And now the long boost. For me, I know that you want to jump like when you're halfway between the zippers and the wall. For me, it's just jump and then pray. Otherwise that happens. And with how Scoob does it, to really optimize it, you gotta be on the right side as you release your boost, and then really sweep across the zippers to get your max speed. But again, I'm not good enough to do that, so do the standard pray method and just hope you get over it. Alright, so gonna switch camera angles here and then kind of go through them again so that you get to see a little different angle. Crotch cam angle, let's get that at the right spot, right about there, looks good. So Bowser Castle 1 to start. Maybe I'll go through some different courses. Alright, way wide on that one. But you see that little wiggle. And now you're seeing it at a little bit different angle. Awesome with the concrete drown. Good job, Dan. And, I mean, your thumb kind of takes up the whole D-pad when you're going back and forth. So if you ever watch Scoob or KVD when they have the inputs going through on their stream, you'll see that like each and every direction is getting pressed as they're zigzagging back and forth like this. because your thumb just kind of naturally takes up the whole D-pad, and when you have the modded controller, you can press all those direction buttons at once. So that's about all I need to demonstrate there. To Donut Plains 1. Went way wide there. Again, you want to optimize this, you want to cut as close to that wall as possible. Little gas release on these. There, that one was closer, but I didn't build the boost fully. There we go. That one was a tiny bit better than my first lap, but again, try to cut close to that wall. And then the final non-NBT build, and then that's how you want to finish a lap. As close as you can to that wall so that you hug it. Hug the wall, stay on the inside-most track possible. What were the other ones that I demoed? Choco Island 1 and 2 were kind of just simple strats. Here, I'll go Koopa Beach 1 and Mario Circuit 2 one more time. Choco Island 2 was more to demonstrate the lower rate of deceleration with the gas release. So normal, non-NBT, water slide, slide boost, bigger water slide, and then I'm always trying to build up a boost over this last one. You don't need to make the jump. That's just for the water coming out of it like that. I got a little bit of a boost, a little more excel, and that little water clip killed that one. Otherwise, that could have been a pretty good lap. Now I am going a little bit wide on that turn. To be fully optimal, you want to be kind of close to that deep water spot. But again, on this track, it's more about maintaining your top speed. Koopa Beach 2, I hate that track. So one thing that I didn't mention about the long boost, you have to let go of the gas as you go over, or just before you hit the wall, you have to let go of the gas. Otherwise, long boosts don't work. 10 push-ups. And then another strategy that's been found and optimized by the better players, hold the R button coming out of the starting gate, and then you can zigzag and cut to the left of that, cut to the left of the pipe on that first corner. There we go. And I'm off the B button. And once you get back on the B button, the long boost ends. Again, I'm gonna try to sweep across like Scoob does. And oh my gosh, I actually got it, but I wasn't even close to the right angle. Scoob actually turns into the wall a little bit when he does this optimized one. So if I would have done that angle, or if I would have done that when I was at the really maxed angle, I might have actually made it with a fairly jet-like boost. Yeah, I don't get it. You'll have to force Scoob to make one of these videos to explain this, but otherwise just kind of jump and pray. I double clutched that one, so I would have been sideways on the long boost. But hopefully this helped. Like I said, it's tough to explain. Pretty much all you got to do, make sure you modify your controller. Cut off that D-pad, the back of your D-pad. Right there's my little nipple that I've taped to the back of my controller. Or file it down. This controller, I has absolutely no bump on the back of the D-pad. Personally, I like it to have actually a teeny tiny little bump on the D-pad. As long as it's flat, it'll still work. If there's a little bit of a bump there, it just feels better personally. This one feels like the D-pad is really sunk into the controller. Um, but yeah, once you get that modified, go to Bowser Castle 1 and start just wiggling back and forth real quick off of those 90-degree corners. And then sweep to the, since it's a left-facing turn, sweep to the right and release that R button. And you should be getting a boost on there. Left-facing corner, make sure you counter steer to the right after you've wiggled. Right there. Wiggle, wiggle, counter steer right, release R, and you'll get it every time. Looks like my capture device is kind of going wonky, but hope this helps. Good luck karting. See you later.